Welcome back to Deadlock, Valve's newest third-person hero MOBA. Today I'm going to introduce you to a mysterious being that goes by the name of Doorman, a humble employee of the Baroness Hotel. He describes himself as a fledgling god, but not much is known about who or where he comes from. What is known is that he utilizes COWBELLs, luggage carts, and doorways to manipulate the space around him, supporting his allies and disorienting enemies with mind-bending abilities. We'll break down his stats, strats, and abilities to give you all the information you'll need to port your way to victory. At 675 base HP, scaling plus 42 every boon, he's right below average when it comes to base HP. And with 3 stamina, he sees the same mobility potential as most others in the game. The Doorman's weapon of choice is called Service with a Smile, a medium-range, heavy-hitting key-shooting pistol that does 41 damage per second and has a fall-off range of 58 meters. The Doorman's first ability is called COWBELL, which sees him throw out a COWBELL that deals spirit damage on impact. After a short delay, it explodes, dealing additional spirit damage and causing the affected enemies to suffer weapon accuracy and movement slow. You can shoot the bell to detonate it early, and there's 2 upgrades that make this ability even better. Like the second, dealing 30 more impact damage and 50 more explosion damage on their base, and the last causing impacts to cause half a radius of explosion damage around it. An extremely potent spamming ability that you'll use throughout the game to poke your enemies down, and once it's upgraded provides a decent amount of burst. The Doorman's second ability is called Doorway. Place 2 interconnected doors in the world. Players and most projectiles entering the door will exit throughout the other, and the doors will close at the end of a duration, or if you activate the ability again. The second upgrade of this ability grants a barrier the first time you travel through the door, and the last increases the distance on placement for doorways by 50 meters, and also increases the cast range of this ability by 30 meters. An insane, mind-bending utility skill that allows you positional advantages that no other hero has. The Doorman's third ability is called Luggage Cart, which sees him send out a luggage cart that deals spirit damage and pulls enemy heroes along its path. You can also alt-cast this ability to target friendly heroes instead of enemies. The last upgrade on this ability sees the cart damage increase by 50 on its base and deals 130 extra damage and a 1.2 second stun when you impact people with cart against a wall. An effective displacement tool that you can use throughout the game, and later on increases its damage over triple, while also providing hard CC that lets you set up enemies for easy kills. The Doorman's ultimate ability is called Hotel Guest, which sees you send a target's physical body to be a guest at the Baroness Hotel. The price for admission is paid for in spirit damage. The target is then transported to the lobby of the Baroness Hotel, in which they have to find their way to the exit elevator. Failure to check out in time costs additional spirit damage. 2 upgrades of this ability give cast range and cooldown, which is utility, but the second grants you unstoppable while channeling this ultimate. An extremely unique ultimate that tests the ability of your enemies, forcing them to complete a tricky jump or figure out a crafty way to avoid the checkout damage, all while not knowing what horrors lie in wait after they check out. As you just saw with the breakdown of the Doorman's abilities and their upgrades, he has plenty of tools at his disposal to manipulate his environment, whether it's placing COWBELLs for area denial, using luggage cart to stun enemies, push them away if you need space, or even capturing enemies by carting them through your doors, providing his escapes for his teammates or crazy off angles to use for harass and set up teammates for unique plays. There's a plethora of different ways to use his abilities to aid you and your team. Don't be afraid to get creative. You'll be surprised at the level of impact you can have on the battlefield as long as you think outside the box. Like using hotel guests to force any fight into an advantage for you. Afterwards, utilizing combos with your team once the enemy comes back out to secure an easy kill. Or just straight up using it as an escape, since not many heroes can escape the Baroness quickly. Just be careful of the long doorway cooldown. Luggage cart and bell can help you in a tight spot, but it's not a guarantee that it's always going to provide you enough space to get away from enemies who are good at keeping up with their prey. Pairing with heroes who can abuse your doorways and group enemies together is ideal. Thus, heroes like Lash and Billy can capitalize on the shortcuts you make and can group up enemies for you to get massive value. On the opposite, heroes like Mina and Holiday have the vertical mobility needed to make it hard for you to affect them as easily, and can escape the Baroness just by using their abilities, along with having ways to silence or stun you. This makes enemies like them a real threat. As far as builds go for the humble Doorman, there are two effective paths you can utilize to get the most out of his kit. The first is the obvious utility-leaning spear build that leverages items like Majestic Leap and Knockdown, along with Comet Spirit items like Tank Buster, Spear Burn, and Mystic Reverb, in combination with charges and cooldown items to give you plenty of utility tools you can use to set up quick grabs with Hotel Guest and cart stuns. Later on, getting actives like Echo Shard to pair with your cart to make you extremely efficient at locking people down for a long time. The other build path is gun heavy, grabbing items like Hollow Point rounds, Glass Cannon, and Lucky Shot with Crippling Headshot, along with procs like Mystic Shot and Express Shot to give you insane amounts of gun burst. When used with cart, it's super easy to land multiple free headshots in a row, especially if you hit the stun. Going gun heavy also makes your doors even more of an aggressive angle of attack you could use to be extremely deadly. No matter what path you go down, there's plenty of opportunities to create amazing plays. Just like Pocket, the Doorman is a true artist when it comes to the amount of impact you can cook up once you notice the patterns. If either of these builds sound interesting to you, check out my personally crafted build, We Need More Cowbell. Build ID will be in the description. Now that you have a great base of strategies and items you can use to make the most out of the Doorman, you too can usher your way to victory. Tell me in the comments your favorite Doorman builds, and anything I might have missed. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and make sure you come back for a breakdown on our next hero. Drifter, an ancient vampire with an unsatiable thirst for violence.